Hello YouTube, my name is Excel and welcome back to another Superliminal PC speedrun. This one is any percent Warpless. So this only, practically same as my last Warpless video, this only uses the labyrinth skip at the end by the fire extinguisher. Otherwise, it's relatively kind of vanilla, to be fair. But I'm really proud that I brought this time down. I was hitting 24s, and I hit 3 23s before I nailed this 22. I think this is 22 and some change. It's like 22.45, I believe. It will be in the title from this YouTube video you're watching. We are recording this commentary live on twitch.tv/xl86j. Do come and follow and hang out if you'd like to be in one of these yourself and hang out with the chat room here. So there's a few of us here right now. We're just enjoying some of these runs. So yeah, if you want to come on down, then feel free. But otherwise, we're going to start this commentary, really. It's kind of a fast commentary. There's quite a bit to explain, especially in the first couple of chapters. So we're going to get straight into it, as the YouTubers say. Okay, good. So we're going to immediately spin around and leave. And we do not need to talk to the paperwork. We can go out here. We're going to grab this chess piece and drop it. And then we're going to be grabbing the block, placing it, and we're going to use like a diagonal trajectory here so we don't get scuffed on the corner of the block. I've tried to like improve and implement. I've improved my strats and my muscle memory and implemented a few new strats as well. So we drop catch this block because it's worth the second to get me up here at 28 rather than 30. So not only do I do that faster, but I do an extra step and I still do it faster. We zigzag through this doorway and we're going to be going over towards here, grabbing this chess piece, placing it on that switch, and we're able to leave the room really quickly. Now we're going to grab the first and hardest boss of the game, is the Edam cheese. We're going to drop catch it a couple of times because I'm going to say it a lot, but I'll start early. Perception and perspective is everything in this run. So do keep that in mind if you're new to this game. We're going to turn this cube around there so it's tiny. Grab this plank, drop it on the switch, and we're out of there in 1 minute. Now we're going to grab this cube, drop it at this door to make it tiny, and go over to where we need it, pick it up, drop it on the switch. Again, perception means everything here. So we're going to grab this cube, drop it over at the second rafter. In this run, I got really lucky. I didn't have to adjust it. It landed where I wanted it to be. So I'm out of there at 1 minute 20. This is my fastest chapter 1. It's called induction. This is my fastest induction I've ever done. This is a 2:07. And here we're going to be grabbing this sign, spinning, and dropping. So it's literally just left click, right click, and space is your main keys. I hold shift the whole run. You may notice this. You don't need to hold shift. I just do because of muscle memory. So here we're going to grab the next Edam, drop catch it so it's large, and we're going to walk into it at the same time as it touches that board. Making contact with the cheese and the board at the same time, as I always explain, unlocks the collision so that you can just bust on through there really fast. And this is a late, like 2:07.6 or something. Like my best induction I've ever done. Previously 2:09. Excuse me. So in the alarm beeps, the first beep beep beep, you can hold back and spin, and by the time the game fades in, you're in the next corridor and you're already going. It's just that bit faster than waiting to visually react. So then we're gonna be cruising through this corridor. This run is 22 minutes. So the glitchless is 26. And this skips chapter 7, Labyrinth. So both runs get to that fire extinguisher at like 16.5 minutes, but then this skips the rest of that chapter because it goes out of bounds. Then we're going to grab this sign, drop it on the way, and make a little ramp and fly up. And I used to be trying to get over that at sub 3, and it's like 2:48 and I'm over. Yeah, 22 minutes this one. 22:45 I think is this PB. So we're going to go into this room, go over to the third chair, manifest this block out of nowhere. It just appears. You kind of, because of perception, it locks in. Use it to jump up, bring it with you. Use the trim of this room to get an adequate height. Jump and resize twice to get the correct height to jump in here. Bring this block with you. Drop it down as a step. Jump up. Grab this door with perception. In the glitchless run, I used it as a ramp. In this run, I chose not to. You don't always have to. I can manually just run up the railing as well. Hop just before the top of the stairs. The top of the stairs are sticky and you kind of lose a second getting stuck there. Then using perception, we make this cube manifest, drop catch it a little bit so it's bigger, and place it over where we need to be here at this ramp. Up here, grab this chess piece and move it, and we're out. 350, like 354, and we're out the door. That's great. Yeah, like I say, this came after a 24. I had on PlayStation, I had 25. I've got 24s on PC, and then I got 3 23s, and then this 2245. I got shafted out of one of my 22s because I tried to reload the final checkpoint, and it black screened on me. So anyway, we grab this moon, place it on the pillar there, and then there's about 4 or 5 items on the moon, and one of them is that door. And as you saw, we use the light fixture to drop catch it to the right height, place it in front of me at the right perspective so that I can just walk in, and then we're in. We're already over here. And there's me highlighting seize the day, because while I was running this, I'd finished streaming on Tuesday night after streaming for like 8-9 hours with all these guys over here, and then instead of going to bed like I should have done after streaming for 8 hours, I continued to practice and run this game. So I was laughing when I kept seeing the seize the day, because it was in the middle of the day while I was playing. So here, we're up here at sub 5. The last run, my glitchless run, is in here at like 5:10. So we're ahead of that, because I perfected my lines and my strats. So this one is it's refined. Compared to the glitchless run, it's the same strategies, but it's more refined because I'd practiced a bit more and grinded a bit more. Grab this, move it out the way, move this hatch. At 525, and we're already over here. That's very good. Like, not only is this quicker because it's the Warpless, right, it's the any percent, but I was quicker at the run as well. Grab this die and then jump up. I got pushed away, but that's fine. And the old benchmark used to be sub 6 for these stairs, and now it's like a 545 easily. Way ahead of myself. Drop this down, grab this one and move it across. Jump up and jump across with a hold. You hold the jump to get a bit further. So grab this side of the die, place it, jump on, jump across, and I refined that as well where I could just stepping stone. Triple left click, grab this cube, and then place it here, and it will already be the right height because of the distance, and then move that out of the way. So yeah, there's a left and right click and space, but I changed right click to be a mouse button. You might not even see it pop up. I don't think this overlay picks up on the thumb buttons. But the right click, which is what you hold to spin, or you hold to retract on the clone level, things like that, is my lower thumb button. But otherwise, yeah, left click, thumb button, space. That's pretty much all you use here. I hold shift because of muscle memory, like I said, you don't even need to. So for that trick, we fell down, we jumped to the back and right and look at the particular set of tiles on the floor and just hold back into the elevator. It's pretty straightforward, you just need to know the line. His name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, by the way, you're going to hear that. So we're in here at sub 7. Like my glitchless run was only just getting in here at 7. So yeah, pretty darn happy with how this turned out. The sun is shining. So this level is blackout. We're going to be grabbing a red flammable canister from quite far away there and moving it. That actually has opened me a space to jump through these red canisters here. That's what I moved. Then we're going to head up left into this dark zone. I believe the up left is quicker. I'd have to confirm that, but I'm pretty sure everyone goes this way. So they both lead into the same room here. So then here you want to look down, and I kind of use the red light underneath to help me see where those boards are. And you just have to know the line when to like swipe. But you're a very good time here. We're going to jump up the steps or upstairs because it is faster than just running. More about the feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt I mentioned before. Yeah, I like this run. It's a nice chill run. It's a nice break from all the zombies and murder that we deal with in Resident Evil every day. So in this room, we're going to be spinning around to use the light to guide us because we need to jump backwards and we need to find, I got a bit stuck, but we're trying to find this staircase to jump up, but it's very hard to see. So yeah, I might have already said it a few times, I'm going to say it a lot, take a shot every time I say something like perception or perspective, but it's very key to this run. So we're going to grab that red sign, drop it over here. By the time we pick it up, it's a little bit bigger, and we're going to use it for a flashlight. Some of the top runners, they don't use the light for this, so they do this whole sequence backwards in the dark, and I couldn't do it. I wasn't able to, like, I probably could learn it, but I just thought, no, I'm just going to stick with the light. It's not that slow. Not for me, anyway. So we're going to place that there. Then we're out of here at sub 9, very fast. For reference, my old, like, time checks around here were, like, 10:36. That was a good time here. So now I'm skimming a lot of time on myself already, which is good. I don't know how much more I'll push these. I'm kind of happy with these times, so I'll probably just submit them and they'll do for a bit. And again, like on PlayStation, I was in here at like 11 minutes. I think 10 minutes was really good as well. And now we're here at like, my current average here is 9:30 when the lights come on. And I'm at 9:20 when the lights come on now. Still 10 seconds ahead of like my best pace. So, yeah. Very happy with this, this run. Managed to execute most things as I wanted to do. So the only big time loss and time save that I have is the skip itself, because, and I'll talk about it more when we get there, but I cocked it up. I lost like 20 seconds. I could have easily, it could be a lower 22 if I clean up that skip, but it's just because I did it incorrectly and it was easier on a controller just because of the nature of analog sticks and my lack of keyboard and mouse skills, really. It's like a total skill issue, but whatever, is what it is. Anyway, we're cruising through here. This one is clone. We're going to be grabbing this door and using perception. It's now kind of a small door. And we're going to plonk it onto this switch here. It's going to open the next corridor for us. So we hop over there. Then we're going to mash on these doors to clone them and jump over. So each like of these kind of levels, you sort of have a new quote-unquote ability that you can use, and in this one it's clone. So we're going to be cloning things. So here, using perception, picking up this alarm clock and aiming it there makes it a big alarm clock. And then we're just going to spam them to get like a little sequence of ramps / stepping stones to get up. In there at 10:36, pretty good. Really good.
Which have not yet been discovered or which cannot be understood.
Now here, much like the cheese, we need to grab one of the fruit and walk into it with another one to knock it off the block. And I actually got skyrocketed because of the collision. Lost me a couple of seconds, but it was kind of funny. I was like, what the fuck? I kind of didn't expect it, and it sent me up. And I was like, alright, okay, fine. We're still moving. So I'm going to hop up the side of these stairs. And then using perception here, we're going to turn around, go to the corner of this tile, and we're going to grab a red apple. I tried to jump shot it, but I missed. So we're going to grab a red apple and plant it on there. Due to the cloning and perception, we're able to bring it close. So now we're hopping up these next couple of steps. I like this level. I always say this, but I think it's my favorite level. We're going to click these signs, then we're going to spam click, and we're going to click a couple more in the middle to give us a bit more rampage. And then we're going to press the absorb / retract button, which then makes them instantly incorporeal, so you can just phase through them. As soon as you hit the right click, basically, them signs don't exist. Even if they're physically still moving, you can go through them like you're a ghost. So, and that's not a glitch, that's in the glitchless run too, it's a mechanic. VR has never been a mistake. But I also do not know how.
Transmission ends.
Hello, name is my
So on that one where he says, hello, name is my Pierce Dr. Glenn, I actually, it's actually too quick now because I get there faster, but you can use it as an audio cue to hold backwards in this corridor. You can hold back all the way through, but I tend to just spin and then cruise forward. I used to hold backward, and you would hold backward until the end of the corridor and then turn right, basically. But now I just spin and go forward anyway. So now we're cruising through here, taking some turns. Jump the fire extinguisher. You may have seen me jumping fire extinguishers. I'm just trying to cut the corner. It's just a bit quicker, as you get a better line. There are some things that I should be jumping over corners, like the rope, like the little posts with the ropes, but I didn't. So we're going to drop catch this dollhouse to make it pretty much the right size. I'm going to readjust it. If you make it too big, you lose time. So I took the second to just shorten it so that I'm a bigger person running through here, and then I'm saving time because it's faster. Adjust with this luggage stand. I adjust the brass bar, horizontal bar. I adjust it to be in line with the middle trim of that room to give me the right height, because you need to clear these doors Otherwise, you have to go back. Grab this stereo, turn it, drop it out here, turn it around, drop it again so it's a bit bigger. I think I actually kept hold of it. You can drop it again to make it bigger and pick it up again. We're just going to use it as a little ramp to get up here. I actually just about made it. It's a tiny save, but it does help. And then this part's kind of fun. So for reference, 1330 here. I used to be coming around there at like 15 something. I actually missed the drop catch, which sucks, but that's fine. So we're going to drop catch the fan to make it a big fan, and then we're going to send the Jenga blocks and the door flying. But I lose a bit of time here because it was not sure it wanted to fall over, see? All good though. The worst thing you can do is send it too far forward and not be able to enter the door. Grab this window and drop catch it so that it's an adequate size for you to jump in. Perfect. And then this next part's kind of annoying.
Hello.
The bouncy castle.
Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to read you my favorite inspirational quote by me.
So I'm going to pick it up early, come to this corner. These are just because I like this reference point. I'm going to drop catch it, and you'll see it has an orange base, and I try and line up the top of the orange base with the trim on the wall. As you can see, I kind of failed it here. I needed it to be a little bit taller. That trim on the yellow wall, that line, the dark line, I try and line up the orange base with that. The problem you have with this bouncy castle is the orange base can be too big to get up, but if you can get up cleanly, the door is too short for you to get in. So we're going to pick up the bouncy castle, drop it in here so that it's tiny using perception and perspective, and then place it to the other side of the room where I need to be. Then we're going to jump down and through. This level is Dollhouse, by the way. Then we're going to turn around, grab this doorway, put it into this doorway using perception to make it small, turn it around, chuck it into the keyhole, which is where we need to go, and those two doors lead to each other. So then we're going to phase through here. And we're going to grab the dollhouse, the other side of this room, which is massive, drop it below us, and it's the right size now. And then we just, scuffing the top of our head, get through the room, which is the absolute perfect height. Because then you're not losing any time, because you are the most appropriate height for that corridor. You're not like, you're not a small dude in a huge room that takes ages of running through. That's why the height is important. And here, we're in Labyrinth. So this is where we do the skip. This is where the run differs from glitchless, at least in my runs, anyway. And I messed up this skip here. So I've got about 25 to 30 seconds of time save in this run as well. But it turns out I've been messing up this skip, so that's why I've still been improving and still getting slow skip, but it's fine. So there is some dialogue triggers that you can jump over in this room, but I just choose to ignore them because I want to beeline it to the end and do the skip. It saves the most time, I think. So what you need to do is you need to jump on top of this fire extinguisher, jump onto the pipe, and then phase through this wall. Now what I did incorrectly is I am not holding upright, which is what I need to do. I miss, because I'm a controller player, I'm holding W and E here, which is not the correct friggin' key. I'm thinking I'm getting W, A, and D. Because you need to hit a sort of diagonal movement to phase through this. On a controller, you can just kind of like, you know, waggle the stick and kind of like shimmy your way through. I found this a bit fucking annoying, I'm not going to lie, on keyboard and mouse. I just couldn't get bloody through. Only here when I realised, oh shit, I'm holding E, not D, and then I'm like, alright, I need to try and get this diagonal, because as soon as I start hitting the diagonal, you phase in. Then you get into this elevator, so I lost like 30 seconds there, it sucks, but it's still okay. And for the only time, it put me sort of in the chapter and I still had to click an alarm clock. That never usually happens. You normally appear straight in, so I lost another couple of seconds there, funny enough, and that's on tonight's episode of That Never Happens. Now, we're at the end of Labyrinth, because we did the skip, so we still skip the rest of the chapter. We grab the sleep clinic, we drop it down to catch it with the light fixture to make it the right height to walk in, to go and grab itself, to place it into its own thing, to paradox it. And we're paradoxing at 17 minutes, which is fantastic. Still really ahead, like, could have been better. I might be able to get a 22:15 if I nailed the skip properly, but I'm probably not willing to grind that anytime soon, or at least just yet. So, and the benefit for this is it skips the most annoying chapter, which is Labyrinth, the one with the elevator maze, and a few of the other little where you have to look the correct way and like, or look the wrong way first and then look the other way. It's got a few of those puzzles. Skipping that entire chapter saves like 4 minutes. Being here at sub 18, I was thinking, right, this should be my sub 23 now, and as it happens, it was. So you want to jump over to the left there instead of getting into the center. It gets you into the darkness faster. It's quicker. Fall down. This room, or this chapter, is sort of about, it's kind of about light and dark. You know, sort of light and dark, shadow and light, that kind of thing. So we're going to be hopping over these chairs. And then here you want to stay to the right of the cones and aim to the right side of this door frame, because that doorway that you can see isn't the real door.
There's nothing. Where everything I perceived was shaped by seeing it exactly the way I wanted to.
White space. Okay. So then you just cruise through here. It's pretty simple. Pretty chill. Kind of a W chapter. There's not much to worry about for this early stage. You just sprint in a little bit, turn to the right into this room and head out this doorway. And then what I like to do is spin around to use where I came from as a light to see how far I've progressed. And it's like an L-shaped right turn. And yeah, I just use that distance to help me navigate how far down the corridor I am, basically. So this next room, take note of this like squared window that we left out of. And we're heading to this light door. And what I'm going to do is spin round, grab that because it's actually now a block. And that's what we walked out of, you see. And now we're going to use that to jump up here. Sub 20, getting into this section. Brilliant. So my current runs before this, as I'm going up the next light and dark stairway, it was like 2036. So this should still be, I think, for the 15 or so seconds ahead. Yeah, basically. Like 20. It's like 2016 there instead. Much better. I probably lose time on the last EDAM. So here, fall down to this side and you just turn to the right a little bit. And you're already looking at the blue and red if you fall straight. So turning right, you just need to go to the right side of the red one and round the back, and you're out here.
You're well beyond dreaming now.
So again, I kind of use semi-glitchless strats here because I don't know the other ones. But there's like some interesting tricks you can do with these chess pieces, where you put one, you use it on the, you put it on the borderline on the line of the colors, and you can bunny hop through. But I don't know how to do that yet, so I just grab both of them manually. And as long as there's a chess piece on the tile, you can walk on it. So I just jump twice, turn around, grab the piece, place it, jump twice, turn around, grab the piece, place it, and then we're out. And that's just kind of how I do that section. You can do a cheese skip here if you're good. I'm not, so I don't. So I grab the block, and then I go into this room, click it in here, turn around, grab the EDAM, click it outside because you can't leave with it in your hands. And then here, just do our final cheese drop catches to make it adequate height for the door. That's too short, so I actually had to retry it. This is where I lost time. Yep. Fair enough, though. And then we hop through there. Excellent. Now we're heading to the middle left of this wall. And the door is right at the bottom. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn the mouse while going round here to help, like, fall through these squares quicker. While keeping an idea of where that wall is, right? And then heading for that door. Once you know where it is, you just got to, like, drop down the sides to get to it. And we're real close to the end of the run now, guys. I'm going to go out into the light here, turn around, grab the dark, move it because it's a door, and then fall into the alarm. Sounds such a weird sentence to say out loud. And this is like basically a cutscene. You have to just wait. And it's going to have a load. and then afterwards I'm going to have to move and click the alarm to finalize the run. It's down left and then left click. Boom. And that is a Superliminal PC 80% Warpless speedrun in 22 minutes 45.5 final time. Achieving a place of, I don't know, hopefully better than... what's my current run? There's like my 25, I think, is just outside the top 20, so maybe this run might put me in the top 20 for Warpless. But either way, I'm happy with it. It's a good time. Shout outs to the Superliminal speedrun community. If you enjoyed this commentary and you enjoyed this speedrun, I do encourage you to check out some of the higher placed times, the top 5, top 10 times. They're much better runs than what I can do. They use different strats. Everyone kind of does different things in this game, but some of the tricks that those higher level runners can do will blow your mind, even compared to maybe what you've just seen here today. Even if you thought this was cool, there is way better than this. This is just the best I can do currently. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Like I say, we are recording this commentary live over at twitch.tv/Excel86J, where I speedrun Resident Evil and Final Fantasy games mostly. If you're watching this on YouTube, obviously you can gather that, but do feel free to like the video if you enjoyed the commentary, and feel free to drop a follow over at Twitch if you'd be so inclined, if you'd like to come and join in and hang out with us in real time while we're doing these runs, or doing any other runs really. Sometimes I do like marathons and things too, where I'll run like multiple different games in a in a stream. So yeah, all kinds of memes. The YouTube is mostly speedrun stuff, right? You'll see that, but on Twitch we also do a lot more like casual variety stuff and tier lists and memes and jokes and things with the community, because we can. But I don't often post them always on YouTube because I feel like it's not really always like super relevant to my channel sort of thing. Like it is, but you know. So yeah, it's worth putting that out there. All the other details, if you'd like to follow me on any other platforms, should all be in the description. So yeah, you can grab all the information there. My speedrun page, link to my Discord if you want to come and hang out and post memes with everyone else, and get information on when I go live or when I get some new PBs, things like that. Yeah, that's all the plugging, I think. But yeah, shoutouts to the Superliminal speedrun community, shoutouts to the moderators. Hopefully this will be verifiable and okay run. And yeah. So what this is like it's like a fake last chapter, and it takes you on a little tour through what you just did backwards. But only a couple of corridors at a time.
In a few minutes, you'll be back in the real world. And some part of you will say that none of this was real. So how could it have really meant anything? But just like the power of perspective itself, it will have been as real as you believed it to be.
All you've got to do
is wait.
Is subscribe now. So yeah, there we go, guys. That was the Superliminal 80% Warpless 2245.5 on the PC. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this commentary. Yeah, do come and follow and subscribe and all that plug shit. You know how it is. Do all the good things for the algorithm if you wouldn't mind. That would be great. But either way, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. So thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.